All right. Okay. Language learning. Context is king. Okay. I got two stories for you today. Okay. I had this realization yesterday it was, maybe clarification of an idea. I was watching this YouTube video. Okay. It's about oil painting because I'm fancy like that. I'm learning to oil paint, and it's in Italian because I'm learning Italian, right? So I'm like, combine these two passions, right? I'll do my comprehensible input and I will learn about oil painting. Okay, so this woman, Valeria, right? She uses this phrase. It is grasso sopra magro, and I'm like, I know that. Boom, lightning hits my brain, right? Like boom, it's a connection, new neurosynapse, bang, like I feel it, I know exactly what she means, right? I'm like, so grasso sopra magro, it's a concept in oil painting, okay? The idea is that you put layers of paint and you put the oil paint with more oil on top and ones with less oil on the bottom, okay? Makes it dry better, stops it flaking, makes paintings last longer. It's a painting idea, right? And so I'm like, okay. And then I hear it in Italian and I'm like, I know this idea. I know it from English, right? I already know the word grasso. I know grasso means fat, right? Because I've watched all these videos about Bologna, right? It's a cool place. They eat all this fantastic food. So the people there, they call them grasso because they are fat. Well, I mean, fat food anyway. And anyway, so I'm like, magro. Magro is a word I know because I've been doing some Anki cuts, right? I've come across it, but it's one of those words with an asterisk next to it because I don't remember it. I see it and I'm like, that's that word, right? Right? It's got this big asterisk of I'm not sure yet. So I hear it in context and I'm like, there it is. Okay. What does it mean? Magro means skinny or slim or something like that, right? It means the opposite of fat, right? But so where did I hear it? I seen it in this card here. In this card, see on Anki, I took a picture. It says, "È sempre stata magro." She has always been thin, okay? But I'm like, okay, all right, okay, magra, thin, okay, I could get that. It's kind of brewing in there. And then I get this other card, another day. Look at this one, okay? Non capisco perché va in palestra e così snella. Snella, magra, different words, right? But let's look at the meaning. It says, I don't understand why she goes to the gym. She's so slim. So I'm like, okay. I mean, slim and thin and slim is the same meaning. Now these two words have kind of knocked each other out because they're fighting for the same spot in my brain. And I couldn't hold two words, even though I can do it in English, right? Anyway, so I couldn't remember either of them until I hear Valeria say grasso sopra magra. And I'm like, in English, that is fat over lean, okay? So the meaning is lean, like lean meat. I'm like, okay, I get that now. And then when I hear that thing about her, she's always been magra, she's always been lean, like she's always been a skinny kid, really like no fat on it. And I'm like, okay, I got these images now, right? And so I'm like, okay, yeah, new connections in my brain. It's all coming together. It's fantastic. And like, this is why I like this comprehensible input. Like it really goes in. There's a lot of juice when it's working, and it's working. It reminded me after I was thinking about this, I'm like, I gotta talk about this. This is fantastic. It reminded me, like, what is it now? It's 2025. Like back in 2007, nearly 20 years or 15 years ago, I was in Tokyo, and I can't stop thinking about this story, right? I was in Tokyo. I go into this pool hall, right? Grimy, dirty pool hall in Western Tokyo, right? Like probably Koenji or Nakano or something like that, right? And with my girlfriend, and get a couple of beers, and I ask for a table for like an hour, right? There's no one in there. I mean, it's a couple of people kicking around. And so I ask for a table, pay everything, and I look around. There's tables everywhere, and I'm like, which table? Like, I'm thinking maybe they're booked or someone's gonna come. It's maybe not, it's late, but it's not that late for a pool hall, Anyway, and so I ask her, like, square dochi, like, that's pretty crappy Japanese, right? I was like, which desk should I have, you know? And she understood. And so she said, right, doko demo. And I didn't know that. I knew doko desu ka, I knew that because I was really green to Japan, but I didn't know this suffix of demo. And I'm like, but straight away, boom, I understood, right? Now I know that like it means like nandemo, itsudemo, doko demo, right? She meant anywhere or even wherever, right? Like that, just I don't care, right? But I mean, she wasn't being rude, but in the context, she just said doko demo, right? But in the context, I understood all this subtext, right? She was really saying, oi, idiot, there's no one here. Like, take any table you want, right? No, there's no one here, right? And I'm like, okay, doko demo, anywhere is okay. And so I go to girlfriend, I'm like, doko demo ii. And she's like, oh, hey, look at that, look, see, Japanese, right? And that was like a synapse, right? New connection. It was awesome. Okay, so now, yeah, it's kind of like some people say, oh, you got to do all comprehensive input, and some people are like, no, you got to learn all these grammar rules, right? It's kind of this balance thing. I feel like it's maybe like analytical brain versus intuitive brain. You know, you go too far one way or the other, and you kind of get a bit lopsided. You need a bit of both, right? Like it'll be easy for me to say, oh, I should just watch oil painting videos in Italian the whole time and I'll just learn Italian, right? But would I have made that connection if I hadn't done all these Anki cards, right? If I hadn't used my analytical brain and tried to look at the grammar and look at the words and try to remember the words and know I had a problem, would I then have been able to intuit the meaning, right? And put together what I already knew about painting? Would I? I don't think so, right? I think you need both. You need both, right? Yeah, so that's my story. That's today, okay? Oh, yeah, sorry, who am I? I'm Mikey. I'm a teacher, I'm an expat, I live in Japan. Learning Italian for fun, trying to do it different, trying to learn Italian different to how I learned Japanese, trying to make new mistakes rather than the same mistakes. Now that I have got a master's in linguistics and, applied linguistics. The applied means like where the rubber hits the road, and let's get out there and do linguistics in action. Let's do it in a classroom, not in university. Okay? All right. Uru, bye, thanks.